Quay. 7:58 in the morning, West Coast time. It's the 12th of June 2024. Morning, Reverend Ed TREVORS. We have to talk on the general hotline. That means everyone else is getting involved in this. You've heard about the Southern Baptist Convention voting to exclude women pastors from their ranks and probably excommunicating churches at the same time. We're seeing this happen right now, even as we speak. Are their egos that fragile that they are challenged by women pastors, that they cannot deal with that? I mean, sure, they'll allow women in the congregation, that's about it. But having them pastors? Are you kidding me? As a Baptist? Who do they think they're kidding? I mean, gee whiz, Reverend. It goes against the male ego. This is not what Christ wanted. Christ wanted us egocentric males to follow and dominate everybody else and spread the word. It was always the males. It was never the females. How dare they? And yet this is the attitude for decades they've been promoting this damn crap. They can't bother. They can't even understand that maybe even women would get the call. If God calls you, God calls you. But God forbid that you go against the males at this point. Oh, man. I know, patience, love, and tolerance. Patience, love, and tolerance. Patience, love, and tolerance. Even when we're talking about the egocentric, ego-driven megalomanias who think they are God's voice and that's about it and no one else should say it. I got a problem with this. I have an issue over this. I don't see any problem having a woman as a pastor. What do they want? The male dominance is, yes, we are male dominance. We must preserve our ego as much as possible. How dare you? Cast them all out because they need to be casted out. How dare they? Who the hell do they think they are? I'm having a problem with this. Reverend, I have a problem with this. I don't get it. Right now, I am trying to do some file cleanup. I'm still waiting word from... I'm still waiting word on whether or not if we're going to have... And there's your pastor preaching for today. I'll put this on pause. Trying to get things straightened out here. I don't get it. I don't understand. What is it with the male ego who's threatened by women? What, we're not male and macho enough? Goodness gracious, you ought to hear the independents go nuts on this one here too. I mean, they went nuts on this thing. They really did. And they think they are entitled. They're entitled. So, I don't know. I am asking myself, what is it with these lunatics? It's one thing I have to understand about politics and everything else. Comes down for religion. I try to stay the hell out of it. But we're talking about women who have done nothing except try to serve God. If they heard the calling, they heard the calling. What's wrong with that? You don't see it. I don't see it. But what is it with the other schmucks? They have to protest loudly. They have to yell screamingly, "We have to pursue our manlyhood in God's name." They do? Who says God ain't woman? Or, in one form or another, he's one spirit that is undefinable. But we have to keep thinking of him as a male because we can only think about a male. Because if we happen to think about a female or a feminine God, that kind of destroys our own image, doesn't it? Goodness gracious, no, don't say that! 100,000 years of dealing with religion, how dare you! You blasphemer! How dare you say something against us manly men who want to worship God? God is a man! How dare you! We are created in His image! Chaser. Huff! Ha! And now you dare bring women in our presence. No! This will not be. Men subjugate women because we are men. We are the hunters. We are the gatherers. They are nothing. How dare they deal with that one? Okay, theatrics out. As I discover little pieces of history here and there, women are just as capable in dealing with men on a lot of situations here. The one thing that women have that we don't have, men, we can't give birth. But we can get them pregnant. And that's about it. Everything else they can succeed on us. They can outshoot us, outlive us, outthink us. Scary, ain't it? But I didn't design it. I'm not God. I'm a manly man. And I didn't design anything. I'm one of the creations. You can't pin this on me. Oh, no. I'm not God. You can't pin this on me. I'm not telling the Southern Baptists at this point over here that they have to have women in there. I'm saying that they're idiots for not having women in there. I'm saying this as a Methodist. Let's get secular and separate on this one, shall we? We will tell you, oh Baptists, we Methodists, shall we have a secular war here? Christ said to put down the sword. He may refer to the pointy thing, but to the war of barbs, of insults and slander, of character assassinations that you folks are engaging in. Sound ridiculous? Do I sound like a paranoid, delusional maniac? A guy touch of megalomania? Wants everything for himself? Or am I trying to vocalize some insane thought, insane feeling inside ourselves that tries to demonstrate exactly what kind of a lunatic system we've got here regarding how we view women in the first place? We can't procreate. I mean, there may have been some beings created that may do that. I didn't say human either. There may be other creatures who can deal with asexually and recreate on their own. Is that an aberration of God? Is that an aberration of nature? If that is an aberration, and are women aberrations? It was said in the Bible. If we're going to be holding it accountable at this point over here, let's put this out there, Reverend. Okay, let's just force the issue. Okay, let's just force the issue right now. Let's be all not serious. If we are dealing with the Bible as it directly said, man was created first in God's image, and then woman was created out of our ribs because we needed a companion, and everything's supposed to be hunky dory. But we came first, therefore our male ego cannot deal with that. Women coming at the same time as men? How dare you? We came first. Isn't that what's happening? For any interpretation? Is this the same damn head game we're playing all over and over again? We think we know better? We're more intelligent than women at this point? Right. I mean, how many more examples can we show how stupid we guys are? Can I say that again? We're stupid? Can we admit that? You and me? We're stupid. I don't care how many letter academics we can get from these colleges and the professors. We are stupid. But women can be just as fickle. So now we got that straight. We human beings are screwed up. We think we are perfect. Over 100,000 years of man trying to get his head out of his ass, and we still haven't been able to do so. But we, as manly men, are going to tell you women, if any women are listening, you are beneath us. You are beneath everything. You are contemptible creatures. You're only here because we, the male ego and megalomaniacs, deem it necessary for certain things. But beyond that, I mean, you're only good for barefoot and in the kitchen. Even dealing with a bug war or roaches or anything else you got to deal with. Humiliations galore, but you're there for us because, let's face it, we love you more than we love our dogs or pets. Say hello to megalomania. Say hello to the egomaniacs at this point. Now, you're probably going to be asking me, is that my own personal opinion? You know, if I could say the things, I think God would not like me at this point. If I happen to even think the thoughts, God's not going to like me at this point. He doesn't like me at this point. Or too late, I already thought him. I taught him. So, we have the convention here going to be telling people, oh, even that nice. Vandals target Jewish members of Brooklyn Museum. Oh, God. Shall we get into anti-Semitism? I just got a whiff on CNN. One of the House Democrats are talking to Wolf Blitzer. I've got it on mute right now, but I'll get their replays later on. So my question still remains for myself. How can we do this? I'm not Baptist. I was raised Methodist. I tried to learn Baptist, and you know what? I couldn't stand the bullshit. I'm sorry. It didn't jive with what I was feeling and thinking at the time as a kid, trying to figure out what religion was in the first place. But this is crap. This is crap. So, what are we supposed to say or do about it? tell you the truth, honestly, no. I don't know. But anyway, Rev, I thought I'd throw this one out to you in the general population. Can I make one more jab at the male ego? Can I demonstrate what kind of a super twit would be the polite word for it? I can think of stronger words. I ain't using the stronger words. But I will be using the polite word at this point of super twit. May of the Super Twit Southern Baptist Convention here. We still want the women to be barefoot and pregnant, and that's about it. We want them at home, and that's about it. You're not worthy to be of pastors. You're not worthy of being anything except what we tell you, because we of the Super Twin megalomaniac egomaniacs here, who deem God is our God but not your God. How dare you? You insult us. But we are perfect in His image. So who the hell do you think you are, you females? Thoughts to drive you crazy, especially as the convention is voting you ladies out as pastors and as spiritual leaders, and kicking out churches who don't follow the megalomanias.